Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited to be here today. It is Monday, March 30th, and I don't know about you, but this has been a really interesting day. I've had some had some personal stuff going on with family members, and the energy that feels like is up for all of us, but definitely for me, is having to make really tough decisions in stressful times, and what shows up in adding to the stress load in our bodies. And so um, I'd like us all to get centered. So take a deep breath in and just kind of drop your focus and your attention down into your body. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Let's do a couple of these. And as you breathe out, pretend like you're breathing through a straw out, because what that does is it changes how the vagus nerve, it helps relax the vagus nerve so that you digest, you get back into that rest and relaxation and rejuvenation. So take a deep breath in through the nose, and then purse your lips and blow out. And again. And release. And one more time. And out. Excellent. So as you are now a little bit more calm and in your physical body, let's take a look at the stressors that are already in and going on in your body. And let's just kind of contain all of those. I want to welcome everybody who's here. I don't want to continue to interrupt myself, but I do want to say hello to Sharon. I want to say hello to everybody who is here and watching and listening, and know that I am here with you. So, okay, so notice how much stress is in your body, even after you've been breathing. Lift your shoulders, kind of roll your neck, and notice what emotions are there in your body. Are you having to make big decisions? Many of us are kind of feeling like we're in a holding pattern. What came up today for me was a family member who has got some medical issues, and whether or not those medical issues are going to be able to be addressed, which could be kind of life. It could cause some life issues. So anywhere that we're making big life decisions, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, how you're going to buy food or pay the rent or the mortgage, or, if you've lost your job, whatever that is, these really big decisions that many of us are being forced to make at a time when there's already a lot of world stress happening. I want to gather all of that energy and the fear that's associated with it, the uncertainty that's associated with it. There's also grief. It's almost like this, we've lost something. And again, whether it's a job or, a sense of personal freedom, whatever it is that we're feeling like we've lost. And our world has changed. Our world has absolutely changed. And I don't think any of us were really prepared for that. I know I wasn't. And I suspect we're not going to get back to anything close to normal for at least a month, maybe two. I was hoping that, like all of you, I was hoping that this would be a little bit more short-lived, but I think it's going to be significantly longer than many of us had planned on. And so that brings up its own level of stress, and that the body is like, oh, you know, I'm in this confined space, I'm in this confined time, I'm in this timeout, whether I want to be or not. And if you're in emergency services, you know, if you're in critical services like healthcare or hospice or, you know, EMT, firefighting, police, there's also another added level of stress to keep the system going. You know, if you're a trucker, if you are at the grocery store, if you're putting out food and you know, people are being horrible to you, or you know, whatever it is. So those of us who are here who also have jobs that are in that essential services category, but it's adding an additional level of stress. I want to acknowledge the service that you're providing for all of us, but also I also want to acknowledge the level of stresses that are maybe even as great or greater for you, because you're also dealing with your own personal uncertainty, but also you're out in the public and dealing with all of that energy out there in a different way. So everywhere that anyone has picked up or has been imprinted or has taken on the energy of the collective and this uncertainty, and it's adding to that stress load, that's adding to the grief load. Let's just seek, find, gather, and bind all of that energy and allow it to just come up out of the core of your being. You know, Georgia says we're all grieving, whether we know it or not. The world is grieving our old way, as it will never be the same. And I agree with you 100%, Georgia. I think that our old way of living has changed, and I think that's very significant for all of us. So anywhere that we're grieving, which adds to that stress level, because we have not been taught how to grieve. We've never been taught how to really feel that feeling of sadness, and especially in Western societies, I don't think we understand grieving. So allow yourself to just feel, oh my goodness, our world has changed. My life has changed. My life has too. And you know, I'm home a lot. I work from home. So, you know, it shouldn't look like it has changed for me, but it has. And it doesn't help that I'm incredibly empathic, and so I'm picking up world energies. And this isn't about me. This is about all of us. But if you're listening to this, you're more than likely highly empathic as well. So I just want to acknowledge the soup, or the emotional stew, the energetic soup and stew that we're all kind of soaking in right now. And anywhere that you're sad, let's just find all of that sadness. We're going to pull it up and out, send it into that big blue cosmic dumpster, into that separate containment field. Let's see if we can't clear some of this out of the collective, shall we? Because you, again, if you're listening to this call, you're incredibly powerful. You have so much more power than you've been given credit for, or than you've given yourselves credit for. So as we drop into that core center of our being, connect with that God source energy that is the soul. It seats itself right in the center of your being, right there in the solar plexus. There you go. And just feel the connection to that greater aspect of who you are. And then connect and ground into the primordial planet, that beautiful blue, green, nurturing, sustaining, gorgeous planet that has your back, that has your feet. is here to support you and love you and nurture you. And as you're connected to the planet, expand your energy field out to bigger than the planet so that you understand who you are as a creator being. And then expand out to bigger than the solar system. Anything that feels like it's kind of pushing or preventing you from expanding, just tag it, flow around it, just like water flows around a rock. There you go, and expand out to bigger than the universe. And anything that's been tagged or marked or anything you've had to flow around, let's just give the intention. We're moving it out of the way. We're sending it into that big blue cosmic dumpster, that containment field. Expand out to bigger than the multiverse, all of those trillions of universes that are part of the multiverse. And then out even past, double that, past all of that, out through and beyond all of the infinite realms, out into and through the infiniteness of all of creation. And then connect in with that infinite being that is your soul, that is your divine essence, that is you. I call it infinite being. And connect with the consciousness of the infinite planet. There you go. Beautiful. And everything that has kind of been sought, found, gathered, and bound, everything we've had to flow around, let's just give the intention that we're going to delete it. We're going to clear it out. Clear, transform, flash, burn, purify, and sterilize it out of existence so it never existed to begin with. And all of the tough decisions that we're all having to make, all of those decisions that feel overwhelming and big and scary and just too much. Excuse me. Hang on. She coughs. Anywhere that we feel like, the question came out, how did we get here? How did we get to this place? Sorry, a piece of ice. And so what's all of the energy, all of the questions? How did we get here? All of the incredulousness, the sense of this is surreal, this is crazy, all of that energy, let's just pull it up and out, because for right now it is what it is. We're all being asked to shelter at home to help prevent the spread of this virus. Anywhere that it feels like the world is kind of caving in on us, that energy of everything's closing in, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and yet the decisions feel like they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That paradigm weirdiosity. And how it feels daunting. The essence of feeling daunted, and how, if we make the wrong decision, that in some way it's going to profoundly and impact our lives in hugely catastrophic ways. Daily figuring out what's our energy and what's somebody else's energy. And for those of you, for all of us actually, I've talked a little bit about human design and how we're all put together. But if you have an emotional authority, you're on this wave upon wave upon wave and upon wave. And 50% of the population has that emotional authority. For those of us who don't have emotional authority, we're picking up on all of your emotional stuff and we're amplifying yours, which isn't helping. So and I think what I need to do is a webinar about some of this information on human design and gene keys and how we're all put together, and how how using our type and authority, understanding who you are and how you process all of this information is really critical, especially moving forward, because the world has changed and we're being called upon to step into personal responsibility and into our own personal greatness. But most of us don't know what that means because we've always looked outside of ourselves for validation, for that outer authority. I mean, we've been taught through our schools that somebody else has the answers for us. But that's not how this new world is going to work. We have to understand who we are, what our purpose is on the planet. Oh, so see, here's another piece of this stress. It's like, okay, the world has changed, but who am I in relationship to this new world? And who am I in relationship to all the changes that are happening? And as this all goes away or whatever it's going to do, then what do I do? So let's just seek, find, gather, and bind all of the stress and all of the uncertainty that brings up for all of us. And Georgia, I agree with you. She says, I truly believe and feel that this is the best for humanity. It's the waiting to get to that new world. And there's some major blessings that have come in from this. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it. But I was talking to a colleague earlier today, and she said, we have spent so much less money going out to eat. Our meals are healthier. She says, I've even lost weight. I feel better. I look better. This slowing down, it's made us look at what's working. Now, it's also bringing to the surface all of the emotional stuff that can feel very daunting. And it's like this pressure that's coming up, pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing everything up to the surface and up to the surface and up to the surface. And it can feel overwhelming. So what is all of that overwhelm energy that is getting pushed or birthed to the surface so that we can look at it, so that we can address it? Because for me, what I'm observing is all of the hidden programming, all this stuff that it was like, oh, yeah, that's in there too. Oh, yeah, that's in there too. Thought I'd kind of dealt with that one. Oh, but there's a different aspect of it. So all of it's an opportunity to heal on a much deeper, much broader, much more expansive level, hugely expansive level. And really that is the gift, because as we release these old patterns, these old belief systems, these old thought forms that no longer serve us, we can step into a new world. We can step into a new role, the role that we were designed to play. We're all here together for a reason. We all have profound gifts and talents that we've brought to this planet, and we're here to play together. What can we create? And so let's begin deleting, if we can. Let's seek, find, gather, and bind. First of all, I want to work with everybody's central nervous system. And I'm just going to run some gold and white and this beautiful platinum. It's really high energy frequency up and down your spine. Just strengthening the central nervous system and strengthening all of the other systems that have interface with the central nervous system. So, which is everything, all the peripheral nervous systems. There we go. The circulatory system, the digestive system, your blood system, the cardiovascular system, the pulmonary systems, everything, the endocrine systems, even your skin, the integumentary systems of the body. So let's just seek, find, gather, and bind anything in those systems that's ready to be released. And let's give the intention that all of the old stuff that no longer serves is easily released and deleted. Just like, bink, you shut off your computer, bink, you delete the files, oh, that file's ancient, I don't need it anymore. So running this gold and gold and white and platinum energy throughout the body, up and through the spine. There we go. Through the neural networks. And just strengthening the DNA, supporting. Give the intention that your DNA will shift, your DNA and RNAs, DNAs and RNAs will shift to support all of these new energetic alignments. And give the intention that these releases don't have to be explosive, that they can be gentle, simple, effective. Anywhere that your system is out of balance, too fast, too slow, feeling sluggish, we're going to sync it with the speed of the universe and being in frequency and resonance with the frequency of the authentic symbiotic biological earth, so that earth, body, and the universe are all working in harmony, synchronicity, and order together. Any of the exit portals, so all of us have, like chakra systems or energy systems in the body, but there's also systems in the body that help release old energies, old things that no longer serve us. We're going to give permission to strengthen those. There we go. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. And then what do we want to do? So let's just go through all of the systems within our bodies. The mental, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, financial systems of the body. So the emotional systems, all of the feelings, the fear, grief, loss, anger, uncertainty, that feeling of instability and overwhelm, anywhere where it's just like, I give up, any apathy or helplessness or hopelessness, all of those lower level frequencies. Let's just give the intention to delete them, to release them, acknowledge them first. Let's acknowledge that we're having them. Feel them for just a moment, step into them fully. We're human. We have these feelings and we have them for a reason. And it's okay to have them. And we need to acknowledge that we have them and then make the choice that we can step into a higher level of frequency, a different energetic, one of peacefulness and bliss and joy, happiness. And sometimes it feels like I can't be happy. This is crazy. In all of this, how can you possibly be crazy? How can you possibly be crazy and be happy? That just doesn't make sense. But whatever that is, that old programming, those old voices that are in there saying, don't do that. Let's just clear that out, delete it, release it. You need the mental beliefs, the unconscious beliefs, conscious, subconscious, unconscious, anti-consciousness beliefs that we have, and the stronger stories that help create evidence for what we're experiencing and why we should have all of these emotions and everything that's going on. Anywhere throughout the collective mind, the ancient mind, the ancient historical mind, anywhere it's stuck in the primal brain, the amygdala, the hypothalamus, and it's activating any of the HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenals, and keeping our adrenals stressed so that it lowers our immune system. Let's just delete all of that programming. I'm going to clear all the environmental systems, our homes, offices, cars, neighborhoods, yards, your city, state, town, country, the world, the planet, any systems, banking systems, political systems, school systems, religious systems, clearing and deleting all this out of the physical DNAs, RNAs, chromosomes, genes, all of the codons, all of the protein building blocks of the body. Ooh, nice. We're going to clear all of the social structures that we are involved in, like your primary family, your extended family, friends, teachers, students, clients, social media, other types of media like TV, what we're on right now, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media programs and platforms, the TV programs, newspapers, movies, radio, generational beliefs, all of our generational lineages, everything that has that's embedded in us that we're holding that isn't really ours, but it's coming from previous generations that's kind of gotten embedded in or inherited in through the DNA and RNAs. Anything that's cultural or gender-based, let's just clear and delete. Release it, allow it to just effervescently come up and out, 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 out. And just say, body not you, body not yours. Being not yours, being not yours. Planet not yours. Never was yours, never will be yours. And just release all of this. Anything that's all this spiritual stuff, past lives, karma, soul contracts, beliefs that have been carried from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, current religious or spiritual dogmas and limitations that really no longer serve. Let's just give permission to pull those up and delete any psychic or empathic energies. And then any entities, demonics, creatures, reptilians, insectoids, animalistics, hybrids, parasitics, beings, doings, havings, gods, demigods, semigods, archons, light and dark force angels and beings. Any of the non-contributive energies and frequencies that may be negatively impacting you, any dark force energies, curses, all of the vows and contracts that we've taken. Let's just clear and delete all of that. There we go. And you can say delete, delete, banish, vanquish. And as we delete all of these disempowering frequencies, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of these now back to and through all sources. Purify and flash burn all sources so they never existed to begin with. There we go. And we're clearing them out of all of those systems, our bodies, our energy bodies, our soul, our entire being, all of our systems, our ego in its systems, our mitochondria, all of their generations and all of their systems throughout all of our generations and all of their systems, throughout our proteins, environments, associations, and entanglements, throughout our personal and the collective consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, throughout our personal, planetary, and universal core operating systems, all systems within those systems, all interfaces and connections to all those systems, and how it's affected us in any way, shape, or form, time, place, or space throughout all levels, layers, and depths of our beings. So let's begin to download instead the energies and the frequencies of, you know what? I got this. That essence of resiliency, of ascendancy, of acceptance, self-acceptance. Okay, this is what it is. And now how can I take what is and make the most of it? How do I take whatever lemons I've been given and make lemonade, so to speak? Let's bring in appreciation. Appreciation for each and every one of us, where we're at, where we've been, what's going on. The appreciation that something new is being birthed collectively, and that as we stand shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand with one another, we can change for the positive. We don't have to do it somebody or someone or something else's way. We can do it the way that we want to do it, because we are sovereign beings. Let's download the essences of bounty and bliss and blessings, of betterment and clarity, of celebration, the celebration of who we are at a core level. Let's bring in courage, consistency, confidence that we have the resources, those inner tensile strength resources to get through this, to make it into an opportunity for growth and expansion, and to come through this in a way that is thriving, that's joyful, that's filled with a consciousness and awareness of who you are as an infinite being and what role it is that you are playing on this planet, how to bring your gifts, your talents, your work into the world to revolutionize it. Let's bring in that determination and desire, that decisiveness. I'm going to get through this. Not only am I going to get through this, it is going to be magnificent. What am I creating? What am I choosing? Choosing health. I'm choosing hope. I'm choosing to be energized and enhanced. I'm choosing enjoyment. I'm choosing to feel faith, freedom, sovereignty, integrity, fulfilled. I'm choosing generosity. I'm choosing gratitude and guidance, divine guidance, honesty, hope, hospitality, impeccability, that impeccable behavior that is about honesty and integrity and trust and truth. Refusing to share misinformation and disinformation that is destructive to ourselves or others, and instead seeding in hope, health, harmony, light, love, magnificence, mastery, and self-mastery. Let's bring in the energy of manifesting miracles, whatever that is for each and every one of us. Whether it's a miracle of a roll of toilet paper, that's much needed, or just understanding that we're not alone, that there's always somebody here to hold your hand, whether it's virtually, emotionally. We're here. I'm here to feel nurtured and nourished, to feel optimistic, and to create order out of this chaos. What are we choosing? How are we taking all of this stuff and creating order from it that is in such a way, in such a creative and co-creative way, that we're reconfiguring the world and the universe? What do we want? What are we choosing? What are we choosing as a collective? Let's bring in patience for ourselves and for others, passion for the work that we do, inner peacefulness and perspective, perseverance to keep going, to trust that what we're doing is all in divine timing and perfectly correct. Let's bring in prosperity, reassurance, the ability to receive. And you can say receive after each one of these frequencies. Receive, receive, receive. Being receptive, open, ready, and willing to receive the goodness and the amazing frequencies that are available. Let's bring in the essence of restoration, restoring our health and wellness, our vitality, our finances, our world. Let's bring in satisfaction, sacred journey that we're on, feeling safe and secure, and bringing in the essence of simplicity and sincerity. I want to download the essence of soul salve, allowing the soul to feel soothed, comforted, strengthened, successful, supported, bringing in thoroughness and thoughtfulness and thriving. And that unconditional love, connecting you with the infinite unconditional love of the entire universe so that you feel unfettered, uplifted, valued, vibrant. Let's strengthen your wellness systems throughout your body, strengthen your immune system, your body's defense systems, releasing anything that no longer is needed. Let's bring in radiant, vibrant health and well-being, warmth, wholeness, wonderment, worthiness, feeling and being valued and valuable, that sense of being upbeat. I've got this. We can do this together. Yeah, I've got some decisions to make. I can make them. And if I make a decision and it's not the right one, I can make another decision. Because I've got this too. Feel as all of these frequencies and anything else that may not have been said, but that are needed by each of you individually and all of us collectively. Let's download, infuse, implement, and integrate all of these new frequencies and everything they represent, clearing and removing all old limiting patterns and programs, replacing with these new frequencies and everything they represent at all levels, layers, and depths of our entire being. Take a breath in. Feel as these frequencies fill every cell, every molecule, every atom and subatomic particle of your body, mind, soul, and being, filling the bones, tendons, muscles, ligaments, tissues, and fascia, flowing through your bloodstream, your central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, through all of the organs and glands, filling the entire essence of your entire being, and then emanating out into the world, connecting with one another, with all the people, places, circumstances, events, and things that are fully aligned with your decisions and your desires. And then activate, synchronize, harmonize, and optimize all of these frequencies and everything they represent. Please integrate and anchor them in now and apply them all as functional skill sets. Take a breath in and be. Everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for your willingness to come together to be here in consciousness and awareness. I really honor what you're going through. I honor you as an infinite being that is on this path, that we're on this path together. So thank you for being here. Know that you are loved. Know that we've got this together. And I am also, for those of you who need extra support, I've decided to do these little 15 to 20 minute mini sessions. We can look at whatever it is that you're struggling with individually. They're $20. They're super cheap. It's a fraction of what I've charged in the past, but I want to offer some support for you if you feel like you need something specific that you're not getting off of these calls. I'll post the link to my calendar. I can only take about 10 people for these. It's I I have a lot going on as well. So so the first 10 people I can take, and then we will, let's just see. So I will post it in the comments. I love you dearly, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.